Greetings, VAC fans, and this is going to be my very first video in 4K 60 frames a second. I got a new phone. It's an LG V40, and it can do 4K at 60 frames a second. Oh, the files are going to be so large on this one. Upload times are going to be absolutely outrageous. For anybody cares, I'm recording this at the medium bit rate of 64 megabits. So we have this bagless, kind of nice looking Hoover Windtunnel Max. And we're going to take a look at the dry pass or carpet shredder test results. Now the bristle pattern in this machine here is, well, the individual tufts are medium length and they're very stiff and they're really, really sharp. So this machine in the past doesn't do all that well with nozzle CFM, but the sand pickup was actually pretty good. But also every time I use this machine, it really picks up a lot of carpet. I have both scales there because I'm going to have to go and weigh the bin two different ways. Completely assembled and then partially broken down, and you'll see what I mean. And of course that block of wood is going to assist with me and you being able to actually see the scales. So let's get some initial measurements. So let's see. We'll measure the entire bin. This one can measure up to 3,000 grams, but it only measures down to 1/10. So I have a limit with that. I can't see down to 0.01. I can only see down to 0.1 instead of 0.01. And I make sure that doesn't fall off. Okay, now I need to kind of wait for the wobbling to stop. Okay, we are at 1329.0. Let me see how well you can see that. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, I can zoom in on that using camera effects, and you can see 1329.0. That's not as bad as what I thought. Now, let me take this bottom section off. There we go. And let's weigh this over here. Obviously, this is going to be much lighter. And yeah, do it a couple times. Okay, we're starting out with 324.40. So since it's the first one of these type of tests I'm doing where I'm doing these double measurements, I'm really not too sure how reliable and consistent the measurements are going to be. But that's why we try things. Okay, let me get this thing back together and get set up to do the dry pass test. And of course, I've taken a significant amount of time to not only clean this bin out and blow the cyclones out, clean out the power nozzle and all the different little tunnels in here that they have. So I pick out all the hair and whatnot, but I've tried to make sure that everything's just as clean as it possibly can be. All right, let me change the angle here so you can see a little better. And away we go. All right, let me see if I can't make things a little bit easier to see. Oh, good. I think we can see that. I can lock the focus in. Okay, so this is going to be kind of a limited resolution result. 1329.3. So there's not much of a need to get a calculator out for that. So the difference is literally 0.3 grams, so I can just kind of type that into the calculator, and there we go, 0.3. So 0.3 of a gram. That's up there. I thought maybe it'd be a little bit more than that, but that's what that is. But understand that there's a limitation on the resolution. So let's see how that translates when I take the cyclone apart. If you remember, this machine left an awful lot of dust up in the top part of the cyclones up here. So I don't know how much necessarily is going to translate to right down in the bin. So let's find out as I get this thing apart. But this way I can give you the whole story. So 324.4950. 4950. Oh, that's leaning back too much. Where's that? Yeah. Okay, so I need to stick with what I started with here. We're tilting. We're tilting just a little bit. All right, 4950. Let me see if you can see that. Oh, that's kind of tough. All right. There, hopefully you saw that enough. Got to remain believable here. So 324.50. So that one we don't need much of a calculator for either. So what made it into the bin in particular was 0.10. So that doesn't sound like it's really all that much. It sounds like it's on the lower end of the spectrum if we made the mistake of just measuring the bin. So the whole amount, though, is more in line of kind of what I thought, and that's around the 0.3. So that's really what the true dry pass test shows. So I thought actually I might get like a 0.5 or something even worse, but 0.3 isn't really that bad. I mean, it's up there. It's certainly, well, it's about twice as much as a newer Kirby with the stiff oblique brush roll. So this still is fairly harsh. It's not completely insane like my Oreck XL 21, but it's got some harshness in there. But the only way that I could really verify that was to measure the weight of the entire bin assembly right there. Okay, so thanks for being on this journey with me here, doing the double measurements, and stay tuned for more.